Whenever you get into the state, earthquakes stop for you. The mountains obey you, right? People who haven't talked to you in forever are resurrected, okay? Look, the way that this works is simple. You simply check your assumptions of whatever goal that you are trying to manifest, and then when you identify the assumption and change it to the correct one, everything changes, and you just simply never waver from that state. So look, that's the reason why it's called the law of assumption, right? Because we'll use an example for specific people. If you are trying to manifest a specific person, right, and you notice that it's been months and still nothing, not even a sign, not even some movement, right? And you shouldn't really be looking for movement either ways, right? But let's be real here. I mean, we're also not blind to the 3D either, okay? It's very obvious when we can tell when things are not manifesting, things are not working, right? Well, you got to check what are those assumptions, right? Because you see, you could think that you are not ugly, right? But there could still be something blocking you. It might not be looks, it might be something else, right? Like, there is a specific person who I was experimenting with. Right now, I'm not trying to manifest a specific person, but with her, I was experimenting, okay? Because I still found her attractive. And with her, I noticed that there was a little bit of indifference from her side of things, okay? Now, there was also some moments where it was debatable, like 50-50. I was like, well, maybe she is interested, but not quite, you know? And I knew that she perceived me as a player, or so that was an assumption that I held, right? That was something that I just automatically assumed without having to hear her tell me, right? So that right there was assumption number one that I was able to identify later on. And then another one, and this is going to be kind of funny, I guess, but demographically wise, I don't know why, but for some reason there has always been some sort of weirdness with white girls in me, okay? Now, for whatever reason, okay, I've been successful with white women in the past, okay? And by the way, I love all races, okay? We love Mexicans, we love, you know, blacks. I love blacks, I love whites, I love Asians, I love Hispanic. I love ladies, okay? But I love the world, okay? Well, there's some assholes that I kind of hate, to be honest. But anyways, I don't judge, okay? But for some reason, I don't know what it is, but I've noticed that there's just some sort of weird blockage with some white girls. And when I look back on it, this assumption, the first thought that came in my mind when I tried to dig deep into this was my ex. Well, my ex from like when I was like fucking 18. And she was a white girl, right? As a matter of fact, she was one of the girls that I made a success story of when I manifested her after a week after the breakup, right? Now, I ended up fucking up that breakup later on by basically, you know, just gaslighting myself into a situation that just didn't make any sense, which is definitely not worth, you know, talking about on this channel, but because we're not going to get anywhere with that. But nonetheless, she was a white girl. And I remember when I got into that relationship, there was some assumptions about her that I already held that were against my favor. Like, for example, she was kind of like brunette but blondish, very fucking like, oh my god, like white girl, but also innocent. And I've always had like this weird thing where like where it's innocent girls, they can read through me because they're like, oh, he's a player, oh, he's he's evil, yeah, I can read right through this guy. I'm better than him, I'm more righteous than him, just weird shit, right? And I carried that into the relationship, and she broke up with me like after a month, right? And then I was able to manifest her back a week later, which was my very first time that I ever tried any sort of manifestation technique, period, right? Any sort of mental diet, denying the 3D, etc. But the point I'm trying to make is that the breakup was really bad, and I really was hurt. It was the first time I got really, really hurt from a breakup. Well, second time. But I think this one really hurt because there was a lot of, it was the first time that I got mutual reciprocation. I mean, I'm talking like she was one of the most affectionate, women that I was with, right? And to be fair, we were young, okay? But what am I trying to get at, fellas, okay? Is that when you dig deep, this could be something that happened in your childhood. This could be something of an assumption about love in general that you got from your parents. Okay, I have so many clients who have assumptions about rejection, affection, everything. And almost all the time it's with their parents, right? Now, there was some stuff about my parents too that I've worked on, but I've erased that completely, and I've been able to work on those assumptions. But you see, guys, it's called the law of assumption for a reason. Okay, so when there was not some sort of shadow work healing that I had to do. I didn't have to freaking book a session with Carl Jung, okay, and resurrect him from the grave. All I did was become aware of that. And it was like when you were trying to fucking fix hot wire a car, and then you get both of the wire. Oh, okay. Never. I've never fucking hot wired a car, bro. Okay, but I've seen Heat. Okay, we all have seen the De Niro films. Okay, but it's like when you get those two wires, and then finally you found the missing piece, or like when they're trying to detonate, turn off the bomb or whatever from exploding. What is the word for that? Not detonate the bomb, but like I don't know what the fucking word is. I watch too much FBI, okay, but I can't even fucking remember the name. But whatever it is when they're trying to not have the bomb blow up, okay, whatever freaking word that is, okay, it's like when you figure out the correct wire, and then boom, everything clicks, right? And that's what happened with this specific person. I ended up noticing a weird difference in her the next day, right? Out of nowhere, one of her coworkers, who by the way is also into me too, they started asking me about my personal life randomly. I'm talking, I never talked to these chicks, okay? And this is at work. You can call HR, okay? And out of nowhere, okay? Let me tell you one thing, guys. Whenever you notice something happens out of nowhere, it's not a coincidence, guys. Okay? You see, back in the day, I used to be like, ooh, I'm lucky. Fuck luck. It doesn't exist. You are the only one that exists in your reality. She started asking me about my channel, right? Because she heard that I was a coach, but she didn't let it go. She wasn't like, oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to my friend now, okay? Like, she started just asking me stuff, bro. And then she was like, oh, you should stream with Andrew Tate. Oh, just all these stuff, bro. Like, asking me all these things, right? Without going in so much detail, right? Because if she fucking finds my channel now, she'd be like, oh, he's talking about me. No, bitch, okay? You're just my hamster in the experiment. Guys, I'm not doing a specific person right now, okay? I'm good, but what I'm trying to get at, guys, is that if this was the old Neo, he would have been like, whoa, that's scary. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, there was a little part of me that was like, holy shit, this stuff is really scary. Because, there was always this weird idea back when I got into manifestation, like, what if I accidentally manifest the wrong thing? Like, I have a fucking imaginal act of like a nuclear bomb hitting the state of Texas, right? But even now that I know, whenever you have assumptions that are hidden in the subconscious, they will never happen. And I have a hidden subconscious idea, like something like that wouldn't happen no matter how many imaginal acts I have, right? And that's what I've been trying to tell you guys with assumptions, is that it doesn't matter how powerful the imaginal act is. It doesn't matter how good and repetitive your affirmations are, okay? It doesn't matter if you see your imaginal act in 8K ultra, okay? This shit is really hitting, guys, so bear with me here. I'm seeing like 50 right now, but I have not 20/20. We're doing 90/90 right now, but where the hell was I? Yeah, like your assumptions, guys, they're all subconscious, but when you bring them to the light, okay, you have the ability to change them. And just by when I changed the assumptions about this girl, because she's a white girl, okay, that was the specific person, and when I just simply told myself, yeah, I mean, since I was a teenager, all the freaking white girls, I mean, were just calling me Poppy, Poppy Chulo and all that shit, right? Just random shit. I didn't have to fucking go and make a David Fincher film in my head. I just simply told myself that. And it was crazy because sometimes the best part about when you uncover these assumptions is that you might only have to revise it once because it's so a part of you that it's like when you uncover it, it takes out a part of you. And when you touch that very sensitive, vulnerable layer of that uncovering, it's like even one revision does the trick because it's almost like it's naked now. Does that kind of make sense? So I know I kind of started this video talking about like state shifts, but I was going to get more into that, but I've been really diving deep into assumptions lately, guys, and yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, like, she was even giving me the fuck me eyes, it was just crazy, guys. It was crazy, but it's not really crazy because, guys, this shit is fucking real, okay? So, if you guys want more in-depth help, book a call with me. The links are in the description. I would love to work with you. And join the membership, guys, and if you want to know what is so special about the membership, check the posts, okay? What the hell are you waiting for, guys? If you want to invest in your life, in your reality shifts, you know where to find me.